of Engineering Mathematics 2. Today we will just see integration from 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to m of x cos raised to n of x dx. Start the formula conversion of this formula of integration where index of your sine is m and index of your cos is n. Limit runs from 0 to pi by 2. So here the reduction formula is based on the m and n. If m is even, n is even, or any one of them is odd, then what is the actual reduction formula for the product of your sine and cosine, which is totally depends on the value of the number or the integer m and n. The first reduction formula for the product of your sine and cosine is given by, and the first case is that if both m and n are even. That means the index of your sine and index of your cos both are even. Then what is the reduction formula for such a product of functions when the limit goes from 0 to pi by 2? The standard limit is 0 to pi by 2. If both the functions index are even, then the reduction formula of this integration is given by, without subtract n up to the subtraction becomes either 2 or 1 is divided by sum of the index of your sine and cosine. From that, all the even integers are subtracted up to we get 2 or 0. So the formula becomes, the m is the index of your sine, this m from which we have subtracted odd numbers, so it becomes m minus 1, m minus 3, and similarly we have to just subtract all the odd numbers till we get 0 or 1, multiplied by the subtraction of your n, subtraction of your odd numbers from your n up to we get 2 or 1. So it becomes n minus 1, n minus 3, n minus 2 or 1 divided by sum of from your m plus n. So first term is your m plus n, second time is your, you have to subtract 2 from your summation of your m. We get either 2 or 1. If both are even, then this subtraction of your odd numbers from m and n, their product is divided by the subtraction of your all even numbers from your addition of your m n is multiplied by pi by 2. So the pi by 1. And second case is there, if your m or n, any one of them is your odd or both are odd, then the formula is same. Instead of multiplying pi by 2, we have to only subtract the odd numbers from your m and odd numbers from your n. Both products are divided by summation of your mn, and we have to subtract all the even numbers from your summation. These are the two standard formulas of your sine and cosine functions product. And one standard reduction formula is defined when the index of your sine or cosine, any one of them is suppose 1. Then what is the reduction formula in such a case? So the third conversion is that if the integration goes from 0 to pi by 2 and it's multiplied by cos, or we said that the index of your cos is suppose p is multiplied by sine, it's nothing but 1 upon p plus 1. Means we have to identify the index of your sine and cos if any one of them is 1, and second function's index is in any terms of number, we have to add 1 in that number, and its reciprocal is by final solution such an example. Again, the standard conversion, if the integration goes from 0 to pi and sine and cosine functions product is there, if both m and n is either even or odd, depends on that, we have to reduce the formula. In case number first, what happens? If n is my even, we don't care about your m, it is either even or odd. If my n is even, m is my even, then the formula is reduced to 2 times. Integration goes from 0 to pi by 2. In that, sine and cosine functions product is present. If my n is odd, then the solution of structure integration to pi, the integration is getting multiplied by 4. This condition is true only both m and n are even. Both are even, then we have to multiply the standard formula by 4. Any one of your m or n is these are the two standard police are converted changes from 0 to pi or 0 to 2 pi. See example based on this. For example number 3, we have to find the value of pi by 2 sine raised to 6 of x cos raised to 4 of x dx. We have to just make the comparison with your that standard reduction formula. When we compare, we get a value where m is equal to 6 and n is equal to 4, and both m and n are even. Both m and n are even. It means we have to subtract the odd number from this m and n, and its particular term is divided by, this is the formula we have to use here because both are even. So m is equal to 6, so we have to put the value for m equal to 6. Still the subtraction value becomes 2 or 1. We have to put the value for n is equal to 4. Still the still the subtraction is either 2 or 1. And in divided by, we have to make the addition of your 6 plus 4, that is 10. And then from 10, we have to subtract all the even integer up to we get 2 or 1. Lastly, we have to multiply this particular ratio by pi by 2. So putting the value for m and n, so we get the solution of this example. 6 minus 1 6 minus 3, 6 minus 5. Multiplied by 4 minus 1, 4 minus 3. Divided by 6 plus 4. We all the odd numbers, still we get subtraction 10, and where that number should be even. It is my 8. So after making the subtraction, we get the solution, that is a 5. Into is value per time and then to 6 value the reduction. So we get the solution of such a example after making the subtraction of odd numbers from your m and odd numbers from your n to 5 minus 1, 5 minus 3, 6 minus 1, 6 minus 3 and 6 minus 5. The value for m is odd and the value for n is 6, means it is a even. So this particular answer is not multiplied by pi by 2, whatever we saw in the last example. So 11 minus 2, 11 minus 4, 11 minus 6, up to 11 minus 10, the subtraction should be either 2 or 1. So we get a final solution, that is 8 upon 693. In second case, what we change? We change the index of your sine and cosine. The index of your sine is even and index of your cos is suppose odd. In a similar way, we have to find the solutions replacing m equal to 4, n equal to 3. In the standard reduction, we get the final solution. This is the reduction formula. And we have to put m equal to 4 and n equal to 3. The value of your n is odd, so the answer is not multiplied by pi by 2. And lastly, after making the simplification, we get a final solution is a 2 upon 35. And the next example, both index of your sine and cosines are odd. Both are odd. Then what happens? Again, same, we have to replace the value for m equal to 3, n equal to 3. Both are odd. Both numbers are odd. So both odds, then the final answer is not multiplied by pi by 2. So replacing m and n in this reduction formula. This is my standard reduction formula. M equal to 3 and n equal to 3 means the solution is very easy. 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1 divided by 6. 6 minus 2, 6 minus 4. And lastly, 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 into 2 divided by 6 into 4 into 2 is 1 upon 12. And lastly, the formula of sine raised to mx and cos x. Here, the value of your p is here 4. Then we have to use the formula. This is my formula. Instead of p, we write here m. It is a 1 upon 1 plus m. When we compare this with standard example, the value of your m is 4. So we got the final answer, that is a 1 upon 5. 1 upon 5 is the solution. And second example, if we change the index of your cos is 8 and index of your sin is suppose 1. So m is here 8. Then this is the formula. Here m is equal to 8, replacing m is equal to 8 in this, we get 1 upon 9 is my final solution. In this way, we can find the solutions of all these examples. And there are some standard conversions. See here, the example is not in the integration limit from 0 to pi by 2. We have to find the value of integration 0 to pi sine raised to 5 of x cos raised to 4 of x dx. When we observe here, we have to just find the value for m and n. M is equal to 5 and n equal to 4. First is odd, second is even. And we know the reduction formula. If n is my even, then we have to multiply 2 times integration 0 to 2 pi. This is the standard conversion. When value of your n is suppose odd, then we can make this change. Again, we know the standard formula, subtraction of your odd numbers from your m and n. The formula is here. We are subtracting your odd numbers from m, odd numbers from your n, and summation of your both m n, and subtracting all the even numbers. So we get a final solution is in the form of, see here, 2 times this, then we have to use the formula. 2 times 5 minus 1, 4, 5 minus 3 is 2. Again, after making the subtraction of odd numbers from your n, 3 into 1. And divided by, we get all the odd numbers. After simplification, we get 16 upon 115. Sorry, 315 answer is my such a terms. Here both are supposed even. Sin index is 6, cos index is again 4. Means both are even. Then we know that the conversion is totally depends on your value of your n. If n is odd, it is 2 times. So we get a solution of such an example by using the standard formula. This is the conversion. We have to multiply 2 times and we get a solution. This is the formula. And lastly, we can replace the value for m and n. We get a solution. The value for mn is 6 and 4. Replacing the value, we get a final solution. It is a 3 pi upon 256. In this way, we can make the simplification of such integration.